Hi everyone, my name is Ricky Goodall, and in this video I'm going to share with you what I believe it means to live from a higher level of consciousness. Now before I begin, I just want to say that you shouldn't blindly believe anything that I say. You shouldn't blindly trust me or anything I'm going to share with you in this video. I encourage you to question everything. Question me, question your leaders, question your government, your religious and your education systems, and most importantly, question yourself. Because I believe the truth needs no convincing. It's something that we can feel deep inside. So if you've wondered what it means to live from a higher level of consciousness, or if you've wondered if you're living from a higher level of consciousness, I wanted to share in this video my understanding of what it means to live from a higher level of consciousness. What I'm going to share with you is deep, and it's a little humbling, and it's going to be information that might challenge you in your belief systems. So again, I encourage you to just let the concepts wash over you and you decide what feels right for you. So first of all, from my understanding, what it means to live from a higher level of consciousness is to accept that I don't know what I don't know. I don't know what I don't know. Quantum science tells us that the entire universe is really just energy, and that it responds to my expectation. So in other words, the universe that I'm experiencing around me is a reflection of my expectation. In the ancient Kabbalistic and alchemical systems, they say, as within, so without. That means that the external reality is a reflection of my internal reality. In other words, the world I see around me is a reflection of the world that I carry inside of me. So I have no reason to believe that anything exists outside of my experience. That means that in your reality, Ricky Goodall is just a reflection of your consciousness. In my reality, the people around me, the experiences I have, the room that I'm in right now, even this camera that I'm recording this video on is all a reflection of my consciousness. So I kind of imagine that I'm playing like a highly advanced virtual reality simulation, and that I, Ricky Goodall, am the character in the simulation, and the entire simulation is created from Ricky Goodall's character. All of the people in my experience of reality are a reflection of me. The version of them that I experience is a reflection of me. And in their individual personal reality, the version of me that they experience is unique to them. So if you were dreaming right now and suddenly you woke up, you would know that I wasn't actually in your dream. I was just a character in your dream that you were creating from your consciousness. You would know that it was your consciousness creating Ricky Goodall in your dream, but that you are both the dreamer and the source of the dream. Quantum science tells us that reality might actually exist this way. Experiments like the Copenhagen interpretation, the double slit experiment, the holographic universe theory, the quantum entanglement theory, the multiverse theory, just to name a few, all suggest that this is how reality works. Elon Musk, founder of Tesla, SpaceX, and co-founder of PayPal, said that there's a 1 in a billion chances that we're living in a base reality. In other words, there's a 1 in a billion chances that we're not living in a simulation. Neil deGrasse Tyson, astrophysicist, said there's a 50-50 chance that we're living in a simulation. Ancient systems like Kabbalah and alchemy and others also suggest that we may be a manifestation of God, creator, or conscious universe experiencing reality as a human being. In other words, we are God, creator, or conscious universe manifested as a higher self, pretending to be human beings, but that we're not actually human. We're a much higher consciousness pretending to be human. So in order to live from a higher level of consciousness, I must accept that I don't know what I don't know. I don't know what I don't know. The universe is infinite intelligence. And in order for me to comprehend that from my human mind, I have to accept that I will never fully comprehend that from my human mind. The next thing I must accept is that I create with my thoughts, words, and deeds. My words are like magic spells. They go out and they create my experience of reality. My thoughts influence my words. And so my thoughts are like smaller versions of those magic spells that create my reality. My actions are like magic rituals that influence my experience of reality. My actions send out a powerful frequency, energetic vibration that influences my experience of reality. But that everything I experience has been created from me. In order to live from the highest level of consciousness I can, I must accept that I've created everything. From the time I was born until now, in this moment, and until I transition into my next reality, whatever that might be, I am creating my experiences. Now, for most of my life, I did this from an unconscious place. I didn't know I was creating my experiences. But now that I'm living from a higher level of consciousness, I have to accept that maybe everything that's ever happened to me and everything that is happening and will happen to me has been created from me. The next thing I must recognize is that my beliefs, my core programming, my subconscious beliefs influence my thoughts, words, and behavior. Up to 95% of my decisions every day are based on my core beliefs. I created 75% of my core beliefs in the first 12 years of my life. So in other words, my thoughts, words, and actions are heavily influenced by the programming I created in my childhood. If I don't change my core programming, the programming that created Ricky Goodall, then I will live Ricky Goodall's default life. I'll live the life that my parents, my grandparents, my siblings, my teachers, and the other influences I had at that time in my life created for me. My beliefs influence my thoughts, words, and actions. My thoughts, words, and actions create my experience of reality. I must become the master of my thoughts, words, and actions by transforming my core programming in order to live from a higher level of consciousness. The only thing that's true in my reality is silence. The only thing that's true in my experience is the silence of my mind. I will find the truth in that place. When I live from the ego or the character or the programming, I will be experiencing a reality that is a reflection of that programming. In order to connect with my true highest level of consciousness, I must redefine my programming, reprogram my beliefs so that they're in alignment with that true version of myself. The next thing I need to understand if I want to live from a higher level of consciousness is that I will only get the ultimate experience of love if I live as my most authentic self. When we're born with two fundamental needs: the need to be accepted and the need to be authentic. Now the challenge arises when as a child we create the belief that we can't be authentic and get love at the same time. Maybe a baby cries and the mother yells at it or doesn't pick it up or ignores it completely. Maybe a child does something and gets scolded or gets in trouble for just being who they are. At that time they'll create a split in their consciousness where they'll create the belief that they have to be something other than they actually are in order to get love. So the need for acceptance overpowers the need for authenticity. The challenge arises here because then the child creates a character that they think will get them love and acceptance. That character will never actually get the love and acceptance that the child truly desires because the child's not being authentic. The only way that we can get the full experience of love and acceptance is if we're living as our most authentic selves. To live as our most authentic selves, we have to express ourselves honestly, authentically, and transparently. This includes taking responsibility for things that we do that hurt others. It includes taking responsibility for the things that we've done in the past that have caused ourselves and others pain. It might include confessing all of the things that we've done that have hurt other people. It might include confessing all the things we've done to hurt ourselves. It might include doing an inventory of all of the deeds that we've performed in our life, like lying, cheating, stealing, and doing anything else that's hurt other people. When we express these dark parts of ourselves, we begin to love and accept ourselves. When we love and accept ourselves, then we show up as our authentic selves more powerfully in the world. And then we begin to receive the love that we truly deserve and desire deep down. Next, to live from a higher consciousness, we have to recognize that what we give is a reflection of what we receive. So we must give more than we receive in order to continue to elevate that level of prosperity in our lives. We also have to be willing to ask for what it is that we really want. We have to ask for our needs to be met. Spiritual coach Byron Katie says, if you can have anything you want in life if you're willing to ask 1,000 people. In the Bible it says, ask and it shall be given. Knock and the door shall be open unto you. Seek and ye shall find, except in a different order. Ask and it shall be given. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and the door shall be open unto you. This is an ancient spiritual concept that we have to ask in order to receive. We have to give in order to receive. So the formula then is to give, or to serve, to ask, and then to receive with gratitude. These are fundamental universal principles that have been practiced by some of the most wealthy people in the world. If we want to increase our prosperity and increase what we're receiving in life, then we have to increase what we're creating. We have to increase how we're serving. It's just like a garden. When you go to a garden, you have to plant a seed before the tomato plant grows. We can't go out to the garden and yell at it and tell it to grow a tomato plant without the seeds. It's just not possible. Bob Proctor said you can't go to a wood stove and say, you give me heat and then I'll give you wood. We have to give the wood stove wood first before it can give us heat. Next, to live from a higher level of consciousness, we have to recognize that we forgive ourselves when we forgive others, and we forgive others when we forgive ourselves. All of my judgments of others are actually judgments of myself that I haven't accepted yet. Anyone that triggers me in my reality, this is without exception, anyone that triggers me is actually triggering a part of myself I haven't accepted. If there are enemies that you have, if there are people that get under your skin, if there are family members that really drive you crazy, with enough humility, you'll be able to find the reflection of that trigger. How are you judging them? What are your judgments of those people? What are your labels? How do you define their behavior? How do you define their personality? If you write all of these judgments and labels down, and then with humility, find a reflection of those judgments and labels of a time that you've behaved in a similar way, and really allow yourself to receive this truth, you'll recognize why other people trigger you. When I forgive others, I forgive myself. And when I forgive myself, I forgive others. I have to recognize that my entire reality is a reflection of me. Everyone who triggers me is a reflection of my own self-judgments. If I truly want to live free from a higher level of consciousness, I have to accept that I am everyone and everyone is me. And when I'm able to move through reality, no longer being triggered, no longer feeling as if I judge others, then I will find myself living in that place of freedom that I truly desire. The next thing I must accept is that I have to trust in the unknown and have faith in the impossible. Roger Bannister was the first person to break the 4-minute mile on record. Before him, nobody could do it. It was considered impossible. After Roger Bannister broke the 4-minute mile, it took somebody 3 months to break it again. Once he was able to defy that paradigm, once he was able to break that subconscious paradigm that existed in the collective consciousness, other people were able to achieve it too. We must trust in the unknown and have faith in the impossible. I am not Ricky Goodall, the character. Ricky Goodall, the character, is limited by my beliefs, my fears, my limitations, and my subconscious programming. What I actually am is the higher self that embodies Ricky Goodall. And so if I live from the place of my higher self, if I live from a place of a higher consciousness, then I can defy the laws of gravity. I can defy the collective conscious. I can do things that nobody has done before. I'm able to break the paradigms that are holding humanity back. And so I must trust in the unknown and have faith in the impossible. To truly live from a higher level of consciousness, again, I have to go back to that first thing I shared, that I don't know what I don't know. I don't know what my potential actually is. I don't know what I'm actually capable of achieving. And chances are, it's so much more than I can possibly imagine. Finally, the thing I have to accept is that love is all there is and I am everything. So I am love, and everything that I experience is love. Now, sometimes love comes in the form of a hug. Sometimes it comes in the form of a spanking on the ass with a wooden spoon. The universe will give us what we need to align us back to our true nature. If I am living out of alignment with my truth, out of alignment with my true essence, then the universe will put experiences in my life so that I can shift back to my true alignment. And sometimes those experiences are not so comfortable. When I was overusing cannabis in my life, I went through multiple very challenging experiences. I crashed a motorcycle, I almost drowned in an ocean, and I was pulled over by the police and fined in Mexico for carrying a pipe with cannabis residue in it. Each of these experiences was directly related to my use of cannabis, which I was using too often for what was truly aligned for me. Now I'm living a completely sober life and these things don't happen to me anymore. The universe will align us through different forms of love. Sometimes that love comes in the form of shadow, sometimes that love comes in the form of light. The love that we receive is the medicine and the prescription we need in our life to align us back to our true essence. But love is all there is. There is only love in the universe. Even what we're seeing in the world right now, it's January 2022 as I'm recording this video. What we're seeing in the world right now is another form of love. God, the universe, the creator, is giving us love in the form that we need so that we can open our hearts to what really matters to us. And so that we can remember that we are this higher consciousness, these higher beings manifested as human beings, remembering our own divinity. To live from a higher level of consciousness means I must accept that maybe I'm the most unenlightened person in my reality. Maybe everyone else is already at the party and I'm the one that's late. Maybe everyone else is already home and I'm the one that's just arriving. So when other people trigger me, when other people get on my nerves, when I have judgments of my reality and judgments of those around me, I have to accept that they might be judgments of myself. When I manifest challenges in my life, when I manifest situations that are painful, I have to accept that maybe I'm creating that for my own good. Maybe I'm creating that so that I can learn and grow into my highest level of consciousness. And I must accept that maybe, just maybe, Ricky Goodall doesn't really exist. Maybe you are the center of your reality. Maybe I'm just here to help you wake up and recognize the truth of who and what you are so that you can find your way back home, back to the promised land, back to heaven on earth, back to paradise, so that we can live in the world that we all deserve. You're already home, my friend. you're already there. Welcome to the party. Welcome to paradise. I love you. I see you. I hear you. And I want to just let you know that you're on the right path. You're waking up to the truth of what you are. You're safe. You're supported. You're loved. You're protected. And we're all here together. And we're all in this as one community, one family, and one tribe. If you're somebody who wants to wake up to deeper levels of your own consciousness, if you want to expand and rise to the truth of your higher self, check out my website, www.rickygoodall.com. You can learn about how you can unleash your superhuman abilities and transform your world from the inside out. If you like this video, please share it with somebody that you think could benefit. Let me know by commenting below, or send me a message if there's any way that I can support you. Thanks for watching, everyone.